Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the next 48 hours. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the Stag Spirit. It says, take the lead. Take the lead. And it may not be what you want to do right now. It may not be what you really feel like is part of your skill set, but you're a better leader than you give yourself credit for. Okay, and are we leading by example? Are we just kind of, is it going to be some emperor energy, or, you know, we're leading by example, but I think you're also kind of stepping up and taking the lead. You know, let's do our tarot and find out. Okay, we're going to use the Dove and Serpent spread. We're going to use the Rider-Waite. Here we have the Star. Very nice. We have the Death card. We have the Chariot. A lot of majors so far here. Four of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. And a Knight of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is really, this is a pillar of spiritual energy here that I think is really, you know, sort of helping you to get into that sort of leadership mode, right? It feels like there's something going on for a lot of you that is sort of outside of your control. You know, I almost feel that there's almost no choice. It's almost like there's a situation where you don't know what else to do but take the lead, you know. That it's kind of like it's right there for you. You might as well take it. And we have the Knight of Wands also, which is kind of jumping into that leadership role. You have a Three of Wands, Two of Swords, Six of Pentacles, beautiful, and a Six of Cups. That's very nice too. So I feel like this is the next 2 days. You're going to see that opportunity to take the lead. And it may be in subtle ways. It may not be such an obvious, you know, an obvious thing where, you know, you're being kind of thrust into that situation. It may be also, for some of you, a very, very general kind of thing. It's just like everywhere in life, in small ways. How can you take the lead? Yeah. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with our little sea turtle friend right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now let's look around the room one more time. We've got major, 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 major. You got fire, you got water, you got air, and you've got two earth cards here. The two earth cards, the 4 to the 6, right? So it's kind of like saying we got to let go of the safety, security, and the stability, the comfort of where we were, and we got to take the lead somewhere and get that 6 of Pentacles. Take the lead and get that success. It's like we got to roll the dice. We got to take the risk. We've got to leap into it. We've got to step up right now, you know. Let me know how that is translating for you, okay? Leave me some comments and let me know how this is resonating for you. We start with the Star card. Feel, first of all, it's you realizing that you are the star, okay? I feel like this is a card of hope and renewal, right? Something is lighting your path this week, okay? For some of you, this is going to be a healing energy that is maybe saying that you've got to take the lead on some renewal and healing in your life, maybe in a relationship. Maybe it's you taking the lead to you know, or taking the initiative, making the first move in order to repair or heal a relationship. This is also a card that's saying your inner light is growing brighter. Okay, that you are being noticed, that you are being singled out, that maybe this is at work, and maybe it's like your achievements or the quality of your work or the way that you've been doing things is being noticed, and you're being offered more and more opportunities to sort of rise up the ranks, climb the ladder. And it may be that you've got to claim that, and you've got to say, okay, I'll take that higher position, or I'll take on more responsibility, or whatever it might be. Because that inner light that's growing, it's like you can't help it. I think that for a lot of you, it's just radiating out from you. You can't help but be the star. And it may be a very particular accomplishment or achievement that's being recognized. And, I feel like the people that matter are noticing what you're doing, the way you're doing it, your achievements, or the quality of your work. Okay. I feel so for some of you, this is a hardship now that you are leading the way out of. Maybe for yourself only, maybe for friends and family too, maybe in the workplace. I feel like you're taking the initiative and you're leading yourself out of some kind of difficult situation. Could be financial. It could be a relationship. Okay? This is a card that says you believe in your future and you know that it holds promise and beauty. It holds the Six of Cups, right? It holds all the gifts, right? So I feel like you're being very grateful and appreciative of the small blessings. I think you're trusting in the flow of life and you're trusting your place in it. This is a card that's faith, hope, and trust. Following your star, following your destiny, your North Star, which right now is saying it's time for you to be a leader. Okay? So I feel that there is I feel like there is, for a lot of you, there is that big opportunity to do something, to take the lead, and it's like, are you going to do it or are you going to shy away from it? Okay? Because we have, on either side of you, you have the Four of Pentacles or the Knight of Wands. Four of Pentacles is, well, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to say, thank you, no thank you. I don't want it. I'm going to stay where I'm at, where I'm comfortable. The Knight of Wands is saying, heck yes, give me the wand, give me the reins, give me the horse, I'm on it, and we're leaping forward. And so the Star card is saying, look, you're being called to a more, a more significant role in your life. You're being called to something greater than where you were before, what you had before, what you were doing before. But the Death card has to sort of, we have to go through this process. There's closure, okay? I think for a lot of you, this is going to be the realization that something's run its course. It's like, I can't stay in that smaller position any longer. I've got to take that bigger role. Because that bigger role means more money, more responsibility, more recognition, more glory, whatever you're looking for, right? More stability, more opportunities, yeah. So it kind of is like we've got to shed a skin. This is growth. I've got now the old me. The old me is done. I've got to step into the new me now. Maybe the new you is like you're wearing different clothes. You got a different job now, different office, or whatever it might be. This is an ending to something that's clearing the way for a new beginning, even if it feels a little bit difficult. Now, for some of you, this is going to be career stuff. But it could also be relationship stuff. Okay, it could be that you're being told to sort of lead yourself out of a bad situation that you know is not meant for you any longer. I wouldn't be surprised if the mystery card is the Eight of Cups, walking away from something that's not meant for us. So the Death card may be the recognition that something's got to end and I've got to lead myself to better things. Yeah. So if it's a relationship, it's kind of like now you're getting that courage and that encouragement. You're trusting in yourself, in the star, in your destiny, and trusting in that higher wisdom. And you're going to be, mustering your courage, facing your fear, and you're going to be walking forward, leading yourself out of that difficult situation. Or that situation that's not meant for you. It's a transformation. Trusting in that cycle of endings and rebirth, it's very natural and very necessary. So I feel like this is maybe something for some of you that it's run its course. It's kind of like you've been through the university, you're graduating, and now it's a rite of passage. It's a milestone in your life. It's a transitional moment where now you've got to move on. You've got to take the next step. Okay, it's a kind of a natural movement from what was before to now what is coming after. I feel like this is you embracing the new chapter that's waiting to unfold, and well, the Knight of Wands is leaping boldly into that new chapter. And you'll have to excuse me if I hit the cough button every once in a while. I still am dealing with a little bit of a chest cold. Still can't hear out of this ear, but we're okay. I'm getting through. The Death card, I think, is really the important thing, and that's going to be the difficult part. It's kind of letting go of what was before. You know, maybe what was before, we really liked it. We felt good. It's like the old role at the company. The job that you had, the position that you had. It was nice. I liked it. It was comfortable. I knew my way around. I knew the people. I knew the work. I got into a real nice rhythm with it. Suddenly now, your star is telling you, you got to go this way now, do something else. And while that's very exciting, and that's going to be really, really cool, and it's going to bring a lot more abundance and love and recognition and money or whatever, still kind of miss the old me that just got to do that, what just had that comfort and that rhythm that we had before. You know, and I can relate to that just in my transition from the day job that I had, and then when I made the transition of doing YouTube for full time. And still, even now today, I kind of think, well, it was that old job I had, like, that was nice. It was quiet. I knew the ins and outs, and it was just very comfortable. I wouldn't want to trade this and go back. But, you know, we can still have fond memories. And I think that's part of your Six of Cups also, you know, having those fond memories of the life that we had before. Now, we also have a Chariot, and the Chariot is forward momentum. Focus and determination here are going to decide the outcome. Because I feel like you have a choice. I feel like you're being called by your destiny to take the lead. It doesn't mean you have to take it. I feel like you're going to. I feel like you will. But it's up to you. The choice is yours. Chariot card here is your focus and your determination. This is discipline, balance. This is you regulating your emotions. Okay, self-control here. It's willpower to succeed. This is a card of triumph and victory, you know. And it may be that you're feeling kind of conflicted. It may be part of you wants to stay behind. Part of you wants to say somebody else can lead, and I'll just go along with it, you know. And then also there's that other part of you that's saying, I know what to do and I know I can do it and I want to take the lead. So there may be those conflicting forces inside of you, right? You're going to try to stay centered, not let your emotions distract you from what you really, not let that sort of nostalgia even distract you from what you know you must do right now. Even if this is a romantic situation, you're in the period of transition. And this is the next 48 hours, Virgo, are going to require that transition is either started or we sort of decide that we're not going to do it. We either start the process or we say thank you, no thank you, and it passes us by. This is the moment for you to take control of your path and push forward. Keep your eyes locked on the bigger goal here for you. Okay, and know that it's going to be slow and steady progress moving forward. And it's going to be, you know, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be an ongoing process. It's not suddenly the next 48 hours, everything is done, completed, and finished. I feel like this is the beginning of you taking the lead. This is the beginning of the new sort of path. And I feel like that decision, I feel like in the next 48 hours, you're going to be called upon, either from inside of you or for something outside of you. You're going to be called upon to make that decision to take the lead. Okay. And we got the Wheel of Fortune too. But first, let's stop back here with our Four of Pentacles. Sometimes the Four of Pentacles is the understanding that something we've been clinging to has to be let go of. That we can't hold tight to this kind of security anymore, because the 4, really, as stable as the 4s seem, the 4s are impermanent. This may be job security, but it's not really that secure, is it? So for those of you that are being offered a new position, or you have, now you're kind of sensing that opportunity, or you're feeling the call to go find something better, or to aspire to something more, this is the realization that the job you have now, even though you've been there for a long time and you feel very safe and stable and secure and you're comfortable, and it doesn't mean that this is guaranteed job security forever. Okay? So for some of you, this is the realization that, hey, maybe the job I have is not as stable as I thought it was. So maybe I should take the lead here, and I should take the initiative, and I should see what else is out there and start securing, see what the next step is for me. We've got to always be working toward growth. Okay? This is security and stability that's very important, but we might be clinging to it or holding on to it too tightly. These might be limitations or boundaries, the 4 Pentacles, okay, that are blocking your growth. So is there some kind of a fear? Is it a fear of loss? Is it a fear of instability, a fear of change, or a reluctance or a hesitation that's sort of, inhibiting us from taking what's really a healthy risk right now? It's a good time for taking that healthy risk. It's a good time to take the lead and start something, jump into something new that may, that may continue your safety and security and stability, even when the existing structures start to kind of deteriorate a little bit, if that makes sense to you, yeah? This is a time to take the lead to continue this stability. Stability is only going to exist through change, right? Change, the death card. This is the card of change. This is the card maybe of the fear of change. But it's death. It's the fundamental force of the universe. It is the nature of nature. It should be called the change card, but that wouldn't sound so cool. So death, right? They call it death because they want to get your attention. This is the card of change. The stability that you have in your life now, whether it's emotional stability, financial stability, spiritual, whatever it is, this stability is only going to continue to exist if you're willing to change and grow and move forward and learn and expand and go with the flow of the wheel of fortune, Follow your star, follow your destiny, and answer the call, respond to the summons in your life. Okay? True security, true stability is only going to come through you trusting in the process of change. Trust, the wheel of fortune, right? Faith, hope, trust. So this, it may be somebody who's trying to protect what they have and saying, no, I got to do whatever I got to do to keep my job. Yeah, of course. But I think we're being called upon to at least embrace the possibilities of what else is out there, because we could be getting even more. The 6s are way better in quality and quantity than the 4. But we've got to go through the 5, right? To get from a 4 to a 6, you got to go through the 5. Well, the 5 is the death card, because 5 is change. Okay? We have to take that risk. You got to be willing to let go a little bit of something. And for some of you, this is going to be the relationship, and some of you, this is going to be the financial situation. And let me just be clear, this doesn't mean that in the next 48 hours you're going to have to quit your job. No. But I think it's in the next 48 hours where you're going to feel kind of an internal clarity or revelation or realization that what you have had is not as stable as you thought it was. And it might be a good idea to start looking around at other things. That's all. It's going to be a realization that things can change at any moment, and that you have to be willing to take the lead and respond to change. Taking the lead means that you're out there with that death card, co-creating your reality, rather than just, well, whatever happens, I'm just going to have to deal with it, you know? Taking the lead on something rather than just following kind of whatever happens, happens, yeah. The Wheel of Fortune is a card of change. Something is in motion. Cycles are turning, the wheel is spinning, and it may be a sudden opportunity for some of you that arises, and it's kind of like, are you going to take the initiative and take the lead and say yes to that opportunity? That's the Knight of Wands. We're saying yes to an opportunity. Or are we going to say, no, I'm going to go back to my Four of Pentacles? Okay. This is the unexpected. This is an energy that says you must trust in the flow, right? Trust that change is guiding you toward growth. If you stay open, flexible, not rigid and closed off like the Four of Pentacles. This is someone rigid and closed off. Stay open, stay flexible. This is going to be really, really positive. Luck will be on your side. You're flowing with the rhythm of events rather than resisting. Four, to me, feels like blockage. It feels like resistance. That you're, part of you anyway. Part of some of you anyway. Not everybody all the time, but there is this a little bit of this energy of resistance here. I feel like this is the safety of home. This is you going out on an adventure, on a quest, because divine timing. Because the universe is saying it's time for you now to go out on this quest and get something more, to grow, to expand, to get the promotion, to earn more money, to get more recognition, to get, an increase in something, to get to get healthier, to get happier, whatever it is. But something is in motion that is requiring that you trust in that divine timing. And I feel like the next 48 hours, you're going to get that sign, symbol, or synchronicity. You're going to feel the summons. You're going to hear the call that says, I better get moving. Something's going on that says, okay, I can't ignore that. That was loud and clear. I better get going. I better take the lead here and start doing something. Not wait for someone else to do it, or not wait for something else to do it for me, or something else to happen. I got to take the initiative. I got to do it now. For some of you, this could be health. This could be wealth, fitness or finances. It could be, your romantic situation, etc. The Knight of Wands is bold action, fiery passion. It's driving you forward. Adventure and change are calling to you. This is you saying yes to movement and discovery. May feel impulsive, may feel risky. You're being told to not hesitate, but to leap forward. And this is excitement. Our daughter today, she's 5, and she's going on a field trip. And it is, she's going to an apple orchard for a field trip, and it's her first time riding a school bus, or any kind of bus, really. And she's kind of nervous about it, And I was telling her, look, it's okay to be nervous, but let that nervousness be excitement, be anticipation of something really, really good happening, rather than nervousness, which maybe is like, it's still the same feeling, but it's that we're expecting something bad to happen. Nervousness and excitement, really the same thing. It's just about what we're expecting to see. That's determining how we label it or how we experience that same feeling. So I said, let that nervousness be excitement, that this is going to be a really awesome, fun day. A lot of cool things are going to happen, And I can't wait now. In a couple hours, I'm going to go pick her up. We're going to see how her day went. But, this is you leaping into something and trusting your fire, trusting this impulse. And I feel like something is really waking you up here with this. Yeah. I want to do one card before we continue. I know this video is getting kind of long already. We're going to do a manifestation oracle card, please hit the like button to help push this video out to everybody that needs to see it. It really helps the channel grow. I appreciate that. Guardian armor. Create healthy boundaries and guard against doubt and fear. I hold my sacred space. Well, that's a little bit of your Four of Pentacles, but that's too much. That's too much armor, too much guard. The Chariot maybe is that right kind of armor, because this is armor now that this isn't us holed up in the castle, feeling safe. This is us moving through the world, out on the road, feeling safe. You see, so see the difference there in the energy? So you can still be protective of your sacred space, you can still have healthy boundaries and be fortified, but we could do that in motion. And the Knight of Wands is in motion. So I like that. You also have a Three of Wands. And this is telling me that a lot of you have been creating this moment because you've been putting in a lot of effort and a lot of work somewhere. And maybe this is like, you know, you're at work, you did a good job. Now you're getting noticed for that, and there's another opportunity over here for you to either do another good job in a bigger project, or take a promotion, or you're being offered more responsibility, you're being offered like the lead role somewhere, or the lead of a particular project or department. And it just seems like it's an inevitable side effect of you doing good work. It's like if you didn't want that, you shouldn't have done such a good job. You know what I mean? And so this is like it's a card literally saying that the effort you've been putting in is showing results. That expansion and growth, Wheel of Fortune, good luck, right? This is Jupiter energy, a lot of expansiveness. A lot of good things are coming into your life. This is your role in the universe is getting bigger, right? And profit and prosperity are getting bigger proportionally. And this is kind of saying that that expansion and growth is a direct result of your efforts, of your quality work. Okay. This is another card of anticipation. I feel like what you've set in motion already through your efforts is starting to really come in and bring really good results into your life, okay? This is a confidence that your vision is clear, right? You're receiving greater opportunities because that's what you set out to sort of do. This is somebody who's standing on a cliff, standing on a plateau, looking down over their world and seeing that everything's coming together the way it's supposed to. I feel like a lot of you are on the cusp of a very significant accomplishment. And I think with that accomplishment is going to come either the recognition that you are the leader already. Like this is someone who is the leader, because they're up on the plateau looking down at their empire. And I think like realizing their achievement, recognizing that what they've been putting effort into is working. Okay. And I think that it is your quality work that is producing much greater opportunities for you. Very significant moment for you this next 2 days, okay? The Two of Swords, though, is showing that, hey, yeah, there might be a decision on the table here. It might be a choice whether you are taking this new role or kind of claiming the win or taking the lead, or if we're going to kind of return to where we've been and say, well, I'm going to continue doing that stuff. So the Two of Swords is, don't avoid that choice. Don't keep things in limbo, because I think not deciding is still a choice. There may be some inner conflict. Okay, should I stay or should I go? Can I do this? Am I ready for this? This is a card of, an indecision that needs to be cleared up. We don't want to let fear hold us back, right? Fear is gonna hold us, gonna keep us stuck. So take time, weigh your options, then move forward with clarity. Waiting too long is going to miss the boat. That's why 48 hours. I feel like you're kind of being given a small, short window to make a decision. It's kind of like there's an ultimatum. It's like you're being given an offer, and the boss or spirit or whatever is kind of saying, you got 2 days to decide. And you're like, oh, dang, I better start thinking on it, you know. This is also a card of balancing your rational mind with your intuition. Your gut is telling you to go. I know it is. But your rational mind might be making excuses. Well, you know what? I got a stable gig now, and I don't want to give up the stable work I'm doing now. So we have to somehow reconcile the thought process with what your gut's telling you. I feel like you're being told to trust the signs, because I think everything is about to change. Trust the signs, symbols, and synchronicities of the Wheel of Fortune. This is that card of signs. You got to trust the signs, you know, that you're experiencing an opportunity to ascend the Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why you wouldn't take it, you know what I mean? But the Two of Swords is saying that, you know, you do have a decision to make. And I think that it may feel like there's some pressure, like you gotta decide quick, you know, next 48 hours kind of thing. The Six of Discs here is a card of success, going from a 4 to a 6, going through the process of change. So the Six of Pentacles is success after struggle, right after worry. This is a card of giving and receiving, a card of generosity. I feel like right now the universe is being very generous to you. I feel like a lot of opportunities for you earning more money. For some of you, this is going to be really a financial thing. Money's good. Right? This is a good money opportunity for a lot of you. This is, you know, may also be an opportunity for help and support. It may be that you're being kind of offered this chance to take the lead and offer your services somewhere where they really are going to make a big difference in the world. Okay? Offering your help and support to something or someone. I think this is really saying you got to be willing to give yourself to something, but also receive what's being offered to you. This seems like a fair exchange. And I think the message there is like you're not being given something that's like so crazy and unbelievable. It's like you're being offered this great opportunity because you deserve it, because you've earned it. Not as some like crazy off the wall kind of thing that, who me? No. No, this is saying like it's a fair compensation, so you got to know your worth. If this is a job opportunity, it's like you're being offered like $1 million an hour, and it's like you've got to know that that's what you're worth, you know? That's what your services, or let's say your time is worth. And so I think you are being presented with an opportunity that feels quite large. You've got to know that it's meant for you. Like it's, you know, maybe you should even ask for a little bit more. Know your value. Know what it is that you bring to the table, and know that it is worth every penny and then some. Okay? So there is that kind of that idea of like fair compensation. That you're offering a service and you're getting paid in a fair manner for that service. Okay? So there's nothing to feel weird about there, if that makes sense. This is a card of fairness, kindness, bringing harmony to relationships. It's a card of sharing resources. Okay? It's a very, very good energy here. And, you know, very, very financially successful for a lot of you. So, whatever the option is, whatever the change is that you're being asked to sort of take the initiative with or for or toward or on or whatever the participle is in that sentence, it's going to be physically beneficial. It's going to make sense in the books or, you know, financially or on paper, let's say, or like it's going to have physical benefits. And that's a very good thing. So it's like, okay, this is a job, it's going to pay you. or this is a transition, this is a move that's like, it's going to increase your physical circumstances. It's going to improve your physical life. But it's also going to improve your emotional life. So if this is a new job, or a new position in the company, or some sort of new project, you're going to also like it. All right? It's going to feel good. So it's not just for the money. It's not just for the environment. It's not just for the office, the corner office with the view. It's going to resonate with you. It's going to feel really good. This is a card of sweetness. Okay? Comfort. This is a card of connections. This is a card of joy. This is the card that says you're experiencing the pleasure of this thing. It's not just, well, yeah, I'm going to make more money, but am I going to hate the job? No. No, you're going to make more money and you're going to love the job. And that, I think, is worth the risk. You know, if it were one or the other, then maybe we'd have more of a debate that says, well, you know, the 4, maybe it's not so bad. It pays you sort of well, and you kind of like it. Okay, that's pretty good. Are you willing to take a risk just for a job that pays you more, but maybe you hate it? Or maybe it's a job that you love, but then this isn't here, so it's not going to pay you as much, right? If we had only one or the other of these cards, the 4 of Pentacles would seem like it has a little bit more, it might take us longer to decide, right? The 4 of Pentacles, like, okay, maybe I'll keep it because it sort of pays me okay and I sort of like it. But since you have a job that's going to pay you, an opportunity that's going to pay you more and you're going to like it more, it seems like it's an easier decision. You see what I mean? I don't know that this is a job. For some of you, this is definitely a financial thing. But it could be a living situation, it could be a house, it could be a relationship, it could be a group, excuse me, or a club, or something that you belong to. It could be the projects that you're involved with, or the practices, you know, that you partake of. It could be literally anything. The idea, though, is that it's going to be more physically rewarding, but then also emotionally rewarding. And so it feels like an easier choice. Let's look at our mystery card. Maybe this will be clarity. Maybe this will be the choice. I don't know what to expect here. I kind of feel like it's going to be the Hermit. I feel like this is going to be you doing whatever your soul really tells you is the right thing, following that inner light, following the star inside of you. Star card, Hermit. Right, let's see. The Devil, yeah. Because the Devil makes us feel like what I've got now, I should just keep it. If it's working now, if it's not so bad, like the 4 of Pentacles, it's not great, but it's okay. There are no holes in the boat, you know. It's not the worst thing we've ever done. You know, it's something that works. That 4 of Pentacles, right? And so the Devil card may make us feel like we're sort of stuck, that we have to stay here. So the Devil card is highlighting the attachment or something that's making us feel stuck or chained. So it's really saying, where is the fear? Right? Right now, what is it that we're really scared of? Why are we feeling that we should stay in that 4 of Pentacles rather than taking the lead, rather than moving forward, rather than saying, I'm just going to take a risk, I'm going to see what's out there. But we feel like, you know, it's Jabba the Hutt's got us by the chain around and the collar, you know. And it's like, what is it that's preventing us? What is that chain? Why do we feel sort of stuck? Okay. Because it's really to remind us that we're more free than we think. Well, we don't have to feel stuck or trapped in that 4 of Pentacles. The illusion is that is stable and safe and secure. Maybe it's limiting you. Maybe that is a situation that you're outgrowing. Maybe this is a fishbowl that's way too small for you now. So pay attention to that. And being aware of kind of what we're afraid to let go of, first step toward liberation. We got to take the lead. We're leading ourselves out of, I don't know, Jabba the Hutt's lair, you know. So we're not trying to avoid that, and so maybe we're sort of nervous about the uncertainty. We're nervous about like it's more responsibility, and nervous whether or not I can actually do the job, you know, if I'm going to be good at it. And so it's kind of safe to just stay where we are, where I'm already comfortable. So notice where you are feeling like, you know, what is it that's making you want to kind of stay or not take advantage of this, not take the lead, not leap into something and take the opportunities. You have all really good cards here. And of course, the devil is saying, despite all this good, wonderful, awesome energy, I'm going to stay home, you know. So we have to realize that we're free and that nothing is chaining us to this situation, especially if this is a relationship or if this is the job or something like that. You're not stuck. You don't have to stay anywhere. You're free to at least explore the opportunities before you fully sever the connection. You don't have to just quit your job before you start looking for a new one, you know. And if this is a promotion kind of in-house, yeah, you have to understand what it is about this that's making you, part of you at least, want to say, no thank you. All right. Now, we're going to do an extended reading. Click on the link right down there to join us for the extended. Virgo, I thank you, I love you, and we're all in this together.